At this time of being closed at home and surrounded by people that are fearing and are worried, this is the time to surround ourselves with appreciation for all the good we have in our lives. Well, appreciation for the way our body functions and tells us that we must clear out all negative reinforcements and put in positive reinforcements. What do I mean by that? Well, positive reinforcement is the reinforcement of what I know is positive. Now, if we take a scale, when we have a zero in the middle, and we have a minus and a plus. The plus would be the positive. That means what is. Minus it, what is not. So the plus, the positive would be what there is right now, what we have, what is existence, what is what exists, what is placed in existence, and the negative would be what we do not have, what isn't present right now, what isn't in existence. So, for example, just a quick example, there is in existence, for example, something like, I don't know, a surfboard, right? It exists somewhere, but it's not present with me right now. So find your balance in that. However, so what do I say thanks for? Well, first of all, this body that tells me, oh, listen, there's something is going on, you know, like my nose is leaking, and I could really find this to be a reason not to be happy, right? I can also go, oh, it's so not fun that my nose is leaking and it's hard to breathe. But I can also switch it and be positive about it, thinking like, oh, it's good I have my body functions, and that tells me that something is in the process, something is going on. So I can take measures to help my body, to help this self to work better. I can do breathing techniques, watching on YouTube Wim Hof and his breathing technique. Very useful, very helpful. It mainly works on breathing through the mouth, so good for the nose and opens up the nose like this. I can drink hot tea with cinnamon and ginger. It also helps to clear the nose. Once in a while, I can wipe with this toilet paper. Everyone is really obsessed about toilet papers these days, but it's fun. It's okay. And so every situation can be broken down, and we can find what is good in that situation. Now, we are facing globally with a mutual common thing. We have in common globally this corona thing, and this is amazing actually, because on to itself it's not such a big deal, right? We have a little bit of sneezes, we have a little bit of cold, maybe our head hurts, maybe our throat hurts, all kinds of symptoms, but aren't really radical symptoms. Who are radically influenced by those symptoms? The people that already, in any case, have some kind of a problem with their immune system. So it's like a global call to wake up and improve your immune system, but it goes further than that. Okay, sure, there are many conspiracies and spoken fears about what could it be that weakens our immune system, but let's leave that there and go into here. I am right now inside my house, right inside my apartment, and each of us is inside their body. So let's use this imagery for the body to be the place that we live inside. So if I'm very positive about my life, and I try to look for why is it a good thing that X or Y or Z happened? Like, whatever happened, if I'm going with the attitude that, okay, let's try to really think and find a reason why what's happening right now is a good thing, how it works in the benefit of me, of us, of now. And when you go and you set your mind to with this cause, you immediately find the logic that will support that search, right? You'll find the evidence and you will move on. But what we do, and we do it so like a habit. Not we all of us humans, we sometimes get into fear because something happens and it's unknown, and unknown and fear are the same thing. We fear what we do not know. We fear what is absent. Fear tells us that we do not know. If we accept that fear does only that, then uncertainty becomes just another word. It does not become this void of fright and despair. Uncertainty. So it's uncertain what will be. But that's the way life always is. Now, globally, we are uncertain. So we are expanding and being. English is not my native language. We are expanding as a consciousness. All of humanity. Expanding as a consciousness. And at this time, this is the time to come together with ideals, with thoughts, with sharing our views. My uncle said I should create a channel, so it's 7 minutes and 20 something seconds, and it's already the first video since my uncle suggested it. So, what could be the cause of the weakening of our immune system? Well, it's very simple. Negativity. So I began this video with speaking about negativity and positivity. So when we are negative, we are concentrated on what there is not. And we want to create it. So the only way to create what isn't here is by focusing on what is here. This is the path. You walk on a road and you see the road as you walk on it, and it opens, unravels more road to you. But if you think about something that isn't here, it will not appear here because you think of it. It might, but not necessarily, not all at once. It takes practice, okay? And this practice is walking the path, walking the road. So when we are focused on what isn't here and we resist instead of accepting that it's not here, we resist its absence and we try to force it to be here, but it is not. We are fighting with ourselves. And by being negative, we are weakening our immune system and weakening the structure of our cells, because the structure of our cells relies on the balance, the electrical balance. So if we are being negative, we are reinforcing the negative aspect of our cells. It sounds like it's simple, and you may find a lot of science to support this, but that will be your responsibility. I'm just seeding the ideas, and someone else can take it further. So ever since the bomb, the atomic bomb trials in the 50s, because of the splicing of the atom, a lot of electrons flew into the air, and our whole atmosphere on the planet, not atmosphere like physical, but the vibe, but also this atmosphere, our planet is became more negative, and this negativity influences us by it becomes easier to be a negative person, to complain, to be angry, and persist being angry. So everyone gets angry once in a while. Wonderful. It's good. Anger tells you the border, the line, the part that says, okay, until now, this is my limit. Okay, anger is great, and sadness also tells you, you need to let it go. Okay, you let it go. It's wonderful as well. And also fear is excitement. Fear tells you that you do not know. You can go and investigate what you don't know. But when we persist on that emotion, when we do not let it go, when we attach to that emotion, then we are prolonging something that should have been instant and moved on, like everything changes, but we're trying to hold it down with our egos, and even going further and identifying with this emotion and saying, oh, I'm a sad person, oh, I'm an angry person, or I'm a fearful person. But that's not true. You're a person, and that also is debatable. That's the only part that is true. But you cannot be as a fearful person. You can choose to feel fear and even get addicted to it, because emotions are the food for our cells. Yeah, I can recommend many films to watch. One of them is What the Bleep Do We Know, which tells you that thing exactly. So once we change our focus from what isn't here to what is here, and then ask ourselves how this thing being here is a good thing, how it comes for our benefit, then we begin walking that path that leads us eventually to many discoveries and wonderful things. So this will be the end of the video. 12 minutes. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.